Mark is in Sacramento. Hey, Mark, welcome to the EntreLeadership Podcast.
Hello, Dave. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Certainly. How can I help?
So my question is, well, first of all, I have a small office rental company in Sacramento, California. Our total revenue is $3.5 million. And we have a team of 4, including myself. I'm in that group of 4. We had an issue with an employee of ours who was doing a wonderful job for years, then asked us for a cash advance. And right when this happened, they were voluntarily offering a lot of, I would say, very, very poor financial decision-making. And we gave them the cash advance. They went on to ask for another one and a third, which that was the last. But as an employer and employee relationship, I found myself going, oh, gosh, they've done a great job. They're now asking for something, and I want to help them. But they're also volunteering information about terrible financial decisions they're making. So I was hoping that there would be, if you could give me some advice or wisdom as to kind of what help can I offer? What should I say? How do I navigate through that situation?
Well, full disclosure, I get criticism from my haters on being too parental with our team because I love my team and I see it as a responsibility to help them. And when you're giving this guy money, you're not helping him, you're funding his stupidity. That's not an act of love. It's an act of cowardice because you refused to talk to him about it. So I'm picking on you, but you got to talk to him about it, right? And it's scary to talk to him because it's awkward, because it feels like you're going over the line, right?
Well, the third time that it happened before we issued it, we said it'd be the final one, and we asked what was going on. And surprisingly, the situation was, I was able to pay my rent. This is the employee. I was able to pay my rent in 4 installments, but now my landlord says I need to pay on the first, like normal rent. And I'm totally fine, but just because of this situation, I need the money up front. That's when we said, we can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But it was such a fundamental misunderstanding of how kind of your budget works and how finances work in your life.
This guy's driving a car and doesn't know how to put gas in it. He's trying to live a life and doesn't even know how. He's not got basic life skills. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. He's not an evil person. But I'm just saying, if you're asking me, so I'll tell you what we do here, okay? If this happened at Ramsey, here's exactly what would happen. Now, okay. We're a little bit weird because we're in the financial world. Hello. So, but we would immediately say, yes, we'll help you. We'll help you get the ship righted. It might be in advance. It might be we just give you some bonus money just to get you help in thing. But we're not going to help you with stupidity. We're going to help you fix the whole thing, which means we're going to sit down and we're all going to do your budget together, and we're going to show you how you can never have to be here again. Quit making stupid butt decisions. That we wouldn't be quite that blunt, but I mean, that's the essence of the messaging, right? Quit doing these. You said you observed these irresponsible things. They got to stop, and because they're not good for you. They don't affect me, but if you're, you can't go to Florida on vacation when you're behind on your house payment. That's dumb. Okay, so no more Florida vacations unless your house is current and you save up the money to pay for a Florida vacation. That's dumb. You can't do that. So that actually happened one time. That's why I remember it. So I'm looking at somebody going, how dumb are you? But that's what I'm thinking, but I'm trying to be nice. And I'm going, you just can't do that. You come in here asking for a dadgum house payment after you got back from a Florida vacation. Why'd you go on freaking vacation? That's just dumb, right? And so anyway, so we help them with the house payment, but we refuse. We love you so much that our job as leaders is to serve you. This is me talking to a team member, that we love you so much that we're not going to participate or fund your misbehavior. That's called enabling. Instead, we're going to participate in your healing, which is a holistic approach, meaning I'm going to get in your budget. I'm going to show you how to do this. And if you don't want to do all that, or you get mad because I'm overstepping my rights as an employer, well, then I don't have to give you an advance.
I understand, yeah. No, I think that's a wonderful starting point. Outside of reviewing the budget with the employee, is there any other resources just to quickly maybe give to them, have them read, have them watch, I think just getting down to the brass tacks of what they're actually spending their money on face to face is best.
Yeah, you're gonna have to address the things that you observed.
Mm-hmm.
What was the irresponsible thing he did?
Well, an irresponsible thing was, hey, I was able to get a dog for $500 discounted from $800. That was one of them. The other one
he's able to do what now? Say that again.
Buy a dog.
And he bought a dog?
They were so excited to tell me they got it for $500 instead of $800. They got it on discount.
And they're behind on their rent.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean that's about as dumb as the Florida vacation, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing. You're behind on your house because you went to Florida. I bought a dog. I love dogs. I just bought a dog the other day. But you don't do that. That's cray-cray. Yeah, you're exactly right. So you just go, dude, you're making, so what you're doing, seriously, between you and me and the 8 million listeners or whatever, right, is you're reparenting this guy because apparently he was raised by wolves, right? I mean, or dogs, maybe. I don't know. But but I mean, where was his dad, his mom, to teach him common sense, right? So you get the honor of teaching him common sense for the first time, which you don't buy an $800 dog for $500 and grin, act like you did something intelligent while you're behind on your rent. That's dumber than a rock, right?
I agree with that.
And so, you just got to, I'm going to address those things. Now, I'm not going to be as bombastic as I'm being right now. I'm going to be kind. But I'm going to say it very clearly or bluntly, like you might hear me on the Ramsey show. If he called in and told me this, I'm going to go, dude, you can't do that and call that winning. That's not winning. It's a cute dog. It's not that cute. You're a grown-up. You got to pay your rent. Right? So, I mean, this is, so you kindly, firmly, and then I'll give you Financial Peace University, and I'll do the upgrade with the Every Dollar app, and we'll plug them into our whole financial thing. And this is why a lot of employers out there buy our Smart Dollar thing and put all their employees through the curriculum so that employees have less financial problems and then they're not a distraction while they're at work and they're not a distraction to themselves. So all of that. But we'll give you that. Hang on. We'll have the team pick up and get him signed up for that. Give him a Total Money Makeover book too, because the guy just needs to learn basic financial 6th grade math. I mean, rent before dog. That's the process. It's a, jeez, that'll drive you nuts. Yeah. But, part of the thing, and I was reading, part of the thing is that we do, you're going to be, if you care about your team and you lead with truth and clarity into people's lives as an act of love, then you're going to be accused by your haters of being too parental and overstepping your bounds as an employer. Your other option is be soulless and plastic, virtue signaling, bullcrap corporate America that's afraid of their own shadow and won't love their team enough to say, don't do that, son, you're hurting yourself. Don't do that, girl. And sometimes we've had to sit down with a young man in our organization over the years and say stuff like, apparently no one taught you that you just don't do that around ladies. You need to learn how to be a gentleman instead of just a male jerk. Because right now you're a male jerk. And you're highly offensive to everything female you come in contact with. And you may not know that just because but I'm just going to be your uncle or your dad or whatever for a minute here and go, son, you just can't talk like that. We don't do that here. You can't do that around ladies. You're not going to get a good response anywhere in your life, and you're certainly not going to get a good response inside this building acting that way. And if you keep doing it, you're going to have the opportunity to do it somewhere else, because that's not how we do it here. And you just kind of, but it's basic life skills stuff. It's not like how to do your job. It's not a technical skill breakdown. It's soft skills. It's manners. It's, did you realize that that's like sexual harassment? It's violating federal law. I mean, but you're you were raised by wolves, so you don't know this. And we have to, your entire value system comes from social media. So we have to actually teach you how to be a normal human. And so, yeah, we do that stuff every day here, every day. Not that much, not as much as we used to, because we do a better job of hiring. But you kind of do have to decide, business folk out there, leaders, if you're going to love your people well enough to be invested into their lives and into their futures and into their character, to create the environment and the culture you want inside your building, or you're going to be fake, virtue signaling, plastic, spineless corporate America. And HR makes all the decisions because leadership has no backbone. And, God, don't you just love a company where HR is feared, or HR does I run to HR if I have a problem. That means leadership is not present. Our HR team is not your pastor. Your leader is your pastor. Your leader is who you come to with problems, not HR, because our leaders actually have spines and care and actually lead. And, Mark is the right kind of leader because he cares. He's asking about how to do this properly. So he's a good young leader there with a small crew and just getting this started. So, Mark, you're why this podcast is here. Thank you for calling. I'm honored to be here and to get to talk to you about this. Hang on, and we'll get FPU for that guy, and hopefully we can get dog behind the rent instead of dog in front of the rent. This is the EntreLeadership Podcast.